swung a launch to left field deep. Pham going back, looking up. He will watch it fly. And a miraculous comeback by the A's in the ninth is capped by Matt Chapman's 3-run home run. And the A's have won the game. And the final is 5-4.
It's now time for the A's Clubhouse Show.
Chris Townsend and Ken Korak with you here on the A's Clubhouse Show. The number is 833-625-2278. That's 833-625-2278. We want to hear from you if you're leaving the ballpark or if you're just listening on A's Cast and the A's Radio Network. Well, that's a game we've seen a lot lately, Ken, is where they just, they're getting good pitching, but they're just not scoring runs.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Chris, and it's an ongoing story. Low-scoring games, close games, and the starting pitchers in the last 20 games now have an ERA of 3. Maybe just a tick over 3, like 3.10. Yet those starters during that stretch are 5 and 8. So, yeah, I mean, you don't want to get used to it, Chris, and they've got to find some offense.
So Bradley Zimmerman was born in San Francisco and then grew up down south going to La Jolla High School. Then he comes back to become a great player for the USF Dons. And he certainly shined today, Ken.
So did the kid from Vallejo, Daniel Johnson.
Yeah, his family was all there. It was pretty
cool. They combined for
cool.
a couple of runs. So, and Zimmer has had the pedigree, and both Zimmers, his brother Kyle, also born in the city and went to USF #1 picks. Kyle, the pitcher for the Royals. So, the local kids really burned the A's today, but Bradley Zimmer coming up, and he's a great athlete. He can really run. He can play center field. He has good power. And to me, I think it was always a matter of getting out on the field and playing regularly, Chris, because as we said during the ninth, he's been hit by injuries, and last year was a tough year for a lot of people too, with the shortened season and the time at the alternate site. So I still think he has a chance to be a really good player.
Well, he showed us in the very first at-bat of the game.
A's have the shift on the infield. The pitch is on the way, and that swung on, driven deep right center field. Brown going back in the alley, looking up, and it's gone. On the first pitch of this game, Bradley Zimmer delivers his second home run of the series. It's 1-0 Cleveland already.
So they're up 1-0, but we go to the bottom of the second, and with Jed Lowry on base after a base hit, I say it all the time, put the ball in play and things can happen, Matt Chapman.
It's down 1-0, and the delivery to Matt is a ground ball, double play ball to short. Rosario goes to second, relay to first on a hop, and it gets away from the first baseman Bradley, and down the line to score is Lowry, and that's how the A's tie it up. A routine double play ball. And the ground ball to the shortstop, Rosario. He flipped to the second baseman, the rookie Clement. He bounced to throw to first. The first baseman, Bradley, couldn't dig it out. The ball rolled into foul territory. Lowry scored, and the A's tied the game at 1-1.
Well, there you go, Ken. If you strike out, nothing can happen. You put the ball in play, you put some pressure on their defense, make them make plays, and if they don't, you can score a run.
I'm in favor of the ball being put in play, Chris, for sure.
We can all agree on that?
Yes, we can.
That is what we call a hot take in our business. Here's the problem, though. Once again, you mentioned the kid from San Francisco and the kid from Vallejo did this team in the fifth.
Here it is, and it's swung on in line to center. Laureano coming on, has to play it on a hop. And around third, here's Johnson. The throw is not going to be in time. It's cut off by Olson. Zimmer singles to center. The Indians reclaim the lead. It's 2-1 Cleveland.
But then the Athletics would tie it up in the fifth.
Now the 2-2 pitch to Seth Brown. It's swung on a deep drive to right. Way back. Johnson at the track. He will turn and watch it fly. And Seth Brown has tied it up. That's his 11th home run. A's 2, Indians 2 in the bottom of the fifth.
When he gets it, Ken, he's got great power. He just doesn't make a whole lot of contact. But when he does, he can drive it a long way.
And it's been better recently. You hope this is a harbinger of things to come for him, Chris, because he had 2 hits yesterday. A week ago yesterday in the next to last game before the break, he had a home run and a double, and they need him to get hot because the A's need production from right field. But the other thing about that, and it came in the bottom of the fifth, Chris, that was the A's last hit. And that was a big story of this game. The other thing was that, of course, Laureano leading off with a double to left center was out trying to stretch it. He was going to hold it second, as you know, but once the throw came back and got away on the infield, he tried to go to third, and that was a big play with Ramirez tagging him out as Ramon made the first out of that inning at third base.
What do they teach you very early on as a base runner in this game?
Don't make the first, second, or third out at third base.
They've been preaching that for over 100 years, Ken. Over 100 years. I mean, too many times we've seen the A's get thrown out at third, and you're like, guys, I appreciate you being aggressive. I know you're trying to make plays, but you're already in scoring position, and the odds of you now scoring with nobody out and a runner on second, your odds have greatly gone up.
That's true, and there's no question. It was a close play, but yeah, you like the enthusiasm, but maybe in that spot better off holding it second.
Yeah, and it's something we've talked to David Force about on the David Force Show on A's Cast Live is, you know, you don't want to take his aggressiveness away from him, but it's still, as a player, you got to be smart.
Yeah, it's an instinctive play, and you really don't, and that's a fine line there. You want him to continue to be as instinctive and as dynamic as he is, but, you know, in a situation where you're not scoring runs, when you're scoring a bunch of runs, it's not that big a deal, but those things become more pronounced when your team is struggling to score.
And then Daniel Johnson would hit the home run in the seventh. And I know he plays for the other team, but he's a kid from the Bay Area, from Vallejo. And just to see his family going nuts, and he points to him up in the stands, yeah, it's always one of the great moments when you get to come back home and play in front of your family.
Yeah, it's great to see, even though it goes against the A's. The other thing was his baseball story, and that is that he wound up at New Mexico State out of Bethel High up here, and he walked on as a freshman and didn't make the team. So now he has to go to JC and does a nice job there, winds up having a good career as a WAC Player of the Year in his last year for the Aggies. But yeah, you've got to believe in yourself to get through something like he got through.
And you know what? You play until they take the uniform away from you, because you never know when you're going to get bigger, stronger, faster. You stay at it and believe in yourself, good things are going to happen.
That's a great lesson for life, too.
And with that said, the A's still lose 4-2, Ken. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
We solved all the world's problems except the A's lost the game.
And I'll tell you what, tomorrow gonna be fun, because it's a show we've never seen before, the Shohei Ohtani show.
Should be a good crowd, too. Let's hope that a lot of folks come out to watch tomorrow night's game, because he is the biggest show in baseball right now.
Have a safe drive. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You too, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
The great Ken Korak joining us right here on the A's Clubhouse Show. Yeah, you've never seen anything like it. Shohei Ohtani, this is just incredible. I mean, you start looking at all the different people. What a world game we have. And really, most sports, it's a world game now. The one that, you're starting to get people from other parts of the world to play in it, but they're still a long way away from the National Football League looking like that. People play golf. I mean, think the Open Championship today, Royal St. George's. I mean, people play golf from all over the world. Guys play in the NBA, the National Hockey League, tennis, you name it. All of these sports. They're sports played by young athletes, even older athletes, men, women, from all over the globe. I mean, that's really cool. And you think about what the All-Star Game was like and where a lot of these kids are born and the new stars of baseball, and the fact that they bring the flair that our game needs to sell our game, to make our game more popular. And then, it was talked about on the broadcast here on A's Cast and the A's Radio Network, and they also addressed it on NBC Sports California, what happened in our nation's capital yesterday, a shooting outside the ballpark where they didn't know. Is this in the ballpark? Is it outside the ballpark? And Major League Baseball players not running and hiding in a clubhouse. They actually went up to help people, get people in the dugout, get people in the clubhouse. That was a great showing for our game. Those guys were really being heroes last night. That's what real heroes don't hit 40 bombs. You may think they do. They don't. But when those guys are running into the stands to save fans and because they know they'll be more protected, get them in the clubhouse, get them in the dugout. That was Major League Baseball players last night being true heroes. You know, I always used to joke, you call 911 and you got a problem, Derek Jeter's not showing up. But last night, those guys were heroes. And what a scary situation. But we'll take your phone calls at 833-625-2278. That's 833-625-2278. Makes me think of Moneyball, the movie. If he's such a good hitter, why doesn't he hit? Remember Brad Pitt saying that? His team just doesn't hit on a consistent basis. The last 13 guys were retired. Is that correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Last 13 guys. Now, it's how Cleveland's built. Cleveland's got a good bullpen. This is what's keeping them around. And you're fighting these guys for a wild card bid as of right now. All right, we'll take your phone calls next at 833-625-2278. You're listening to the A's Clubhouse Show.
Some things just go together. Peanut butter and jelly, cookies and milk, Oakland and Kaiser Permanente. If that last one caught you off guard, it shouldn't, because Kaiser Permanente has been helping keep Oakland healthy since our very beginning. And as the official healthcare partner of the Oakland A's, that won't be changing anytime soon. Whatever you may need, you can trust Kaiser Permanente to help keep you feeling your best. Kaiser Permanente. Thrive. Visit kp.org today.
Driven, determined, resilient. Cal State East Bay students are today's creative thinkers and tomorrow's workforce for the region. Cal State East Bay is recognized as one of the most transformative college experiences nationwide, educating the new generation that questions the status quo and works together to find meaningful solutions. Apply today for our degree and certificate programs. We are not just a university, we are a community. Find yourself here at csueastbay.edu.
3-2 pitch, Bassett deals, swung on fly ball to center. Back on it is Laureano, still chasing toward the wall, and it is gone. Daniel Johnson, the Vallejo kid, unloads his first big league home run. And the Vallejo crowd is up and cheering for Johnson as he breaks the 2-2 tie.
You're listening to the A's Clubhouse Show.
We will hear from Chris Bassett. And I guarantee you that 3-2 changeup, if there was one, if I could have one back, that would be it. And if you go look on MLB.com like I did, it was just hanging right over the plate. So congratulations to the kid in his first career dinger. But Chris Bassett was fabulous. 7 innings, 3 runs, struck out 8, didn't give up a walk. That's the kind of outing you should win. Let's go to Greg in San Luis Obispo. Lead us off here on the A's Clubhouse Show.
Tony, what's cracking, brother? Welcome back. How was San Diego?
It was a week of just hanging out on the beach and enjoying my family and a few cocktails.
Good for you, brother. I love my time at San Diego. I lived down there for a few years, and I was a big fan of PB, OB, Dog Beach. You know, there's not a better spot in Cali. I mean, San Diego's pretty special.
Yeah, as I like to tell people, it surely doesn't suck.
You got that right, no doubt. Well, unfortunately, your welcome back isn't real good after the A's performance today, and really for the whole series. It's just a bummer because coming into today, they still could have took 2 out of 3 and won the series, but they just seem lifeless. I mean, I don't know what else to say at this point. You know, we can talk about them, you know, not scoring runs and the bullpen, and they just look like a lifeless bunch. And, you know, coming out of the All-Star break and having some time off, again, you kind of just, you know, yesterday's loss, you kind of just put it behind you and come in today, let's get 2 out of 3. And they just look like they had no energy, no life, and disappointing is an understatement, brother.
I agree, because not only is this a team that you think you're better than, you're also – you know, you're battling these guys head to head. There's a handful of teams that are right now in the AL wildcard race, and you know these games are big against teams that you're going head to head against. You know, whether it's in division or it's for the wild card. And I know they're going to be thrilled to death to be walking out of here winning 2 or 3 from the A's. But yeah, if you want to be a playoff team, it's not early anymore. It's almost August, for God's sakes. I'm tired of talking about this. I'm tired of the lack of contact. I'm tired of the lack of hitting. You're not hitting home runs. You're not driving in runs with runners in scoring position. At some point, what kind of offense are you?
Well, that's the thing. If we're going to be really honest with each other here, and I one of the reasons why I love you and love your show is your honesty. It's not going to get any better. This team's got to make drastic moves at the deadline. I don't even know if that's possible because everyone's going to be looking at the deadline. But the A's need to fill so many holes, and there's so many red flags when you look at they don't beat teams over 500. They're 15-16 in one-run games. Stop comparing the Astros to the A's. When the A's lose 2 out of 3 or they struggle, look, the Astros lost 4-0 to the White Sox. You know what? The Astros level of panic and the A's level of panic are 2 different ball games, brother. The Astros, their style of play, it works in the postseason. It plays in the postseason. They can hit, and they got good starting pitching. So, I hate the comparisons when it's like, it's justifying bad play with other teams' bad play. When the Astros struggle, it doesn't, I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but they're a first-place team with a proven postseason resume. So I don't want to hear, the Astros lost 10-1 to the White Sox. The White Sox are a good team. They're one of the top teams in the American League. The Indians, they're above 500, but, no one's going to consider them a real threat in the American League. So, crappy hitting, we don't got much of a bullpen. If I'm the starting pitcher on the A's, I'm going to start calling guys out, man. There's, I like to hear about, skirmishes in the locker room, Bassett getting in somebody's butt. Ramon Laureano looks lost out there, man. He looks lost out there. How many times is Matt Chapman going to look at a called third strike? It's so pathetic and it's so frustrating, but it's the same song, different verse. This is what it is. And like I said, forget about the division, brother. We got to focus on the wild card because without some drastic moves at the deadline, I don't know, Townie. Talk me off the cliff, brother. Talk me off the cliff.
I can't right now. Thank you for the phone call. Because I for the first time looked at the notes. Matt Chapman coming into today, hitless in his last 9 at-bats with runners in scoring position. Ramon Laureano hitless in his last 13 at-bats. You just go down the line. It's great to have Canna back. Hopefully Moreland can get it going. But how long are we going to talk about this? It's one thing if we're in May. It's one thing, June. June is even. But it's July 18th. Are they still in it? Of course they are. But you want them to start hitting. You want to start seeing runs. Your starting pitchers are giving you a lot. You should be better than 53-42, which is not a bad record. But are you better than that? We want to believe they are. Well, when's it going to start happening? When are we going to start to see the offense? When are we going to see an 8 spot? When are we going to see double digits? Remember, everybody supposedly can't use spider tack anymore. That was the problem. Really? That was the problem? To score runs, you gotta make contact. You have to. You got to make quality contact. And, yeah, there's a reason why you have an under 500 record against teams that are over 500 because they've got good pitching. They throw strikes. They're going to challenge you. They're going to run the bases correctly. They're going to make routine plays. They're probably going to have a good bullpen. Let's go to Coach. Coach, you're on the A's Clubhouse Show.
Tony, welcome back. We're still not hitting, though. Even though you went on vacation, we're still not hitting.
I take full responsibility. It's my fault.
But San Diego, that's a good setup for our stadium. I'd love to see Howard Terminal turn into like that what they call it, the gas lamp district there. That's beautiful down there. Wouldn't that be great in Oakland?
Yeah, that's what we talk about all the time is, I can just look across the bay, Oracle Park has seemed to work in San Francisco. Petco Park has worked in San Diego. Down the line, Coors Field, you name it. You build these new ballparks, and you build them in spots that could be really cool to build around, and you build a community that these cities are really proud of. I get so many people who are like, let's just build it in that parking lot at the Coliseum because there's a BART station there. No, that's not how. It's not. This model that the A's want to do has been proven in Seattle. It's been proven in Minnesota. It's been proven all over baseball.
Yeah, and it would be great. It would be great. You go to the game and you walk to town and, I'll go to a restaurant. It would be wonderful. So I hope they can make that thing work. But the ball games, oh, my gosh. I went Friday, Saturday. I watched today on TV. I mean, we have better players than Cleveland, but they play better baseball. So one-run games, both Friday and Saturday, they had a runner on third, Lesser on a fly ball to the center fielder. Score. Fly ball to the center fielder. And we had the miracle by Lowry, which was awesome, against the guy throwing 101. But, we're not playing that fundamental ball today. They bunt with runner on first, one out. They bunt for a base hit. They didn't get it, but they did move the guy to second, and he comes in and scores on a hit to center. So yesterday we had the bases loaded with, with Elvis up there. Yeah, he hits it hard, but he hits a ground ball to third base. If we'd hit that ball to center field, hit it up the middle, then I'm pretty sure we're going to win that game. So there's just a lot of blame to go around, Townie, and then I don't see the front office addressing the hitting issue. I see Bo Mel starting to get a little frustrated, but, there's a lot of blame. We should be winning these games.
Yeah, there is no question about it. Thanks, Coach, for the phone call. As, we're starting to hear the rumors of what teams are doing. Yankees are looking for outfielders. Dodgers are looking for starting pitching. A's are out there looking for bullpen help, but I think they need bats too. That stat of 500 playing against teams that are 500 or better, we'll have to talk about that next. And also your phone calls at 833-625-2278. You're listening to the A's Clubhouse Show.
Some things just go together. Peanut butter and jelly, cookies and milk, Oakland and Kaiser Permanente. If that last one caught you off guard, it shouldn't, because Kaiser Permanente has been helping keep Oakland healthy since our very beginning. And as the official healthcare partner of the Oakland A's, that won't be changing anytime soon. Whatever you may need, you can trust Kaiser Permanente to help keep you feeling your best. Kaiser Permanente. Thrive. Visit kp.org today.
A's fans, join us for the biggest music festival in the fall. It's the inaugural Battle Axe and Tracks Music Festival, held October 2nd and 3rd in Carson City, Nevada. Grammy Award nominees Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Larkin Poe, Samantha Fish, and North Mississippi All-Stars are just 4 of the 15 acts. Festival activities also include axe throwing and Freedom Rail Bike tours. Tickets on sale now with VIP 2-day and single-day tickets available. Check out the full schedule at battleaxeandtracks.com. That's battleaxeandtracks.com.
O'Reilly. Ready for your next road trip? Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts to get everything you need to stay safe while traveling. Visibility on the road is so important and so easy to achieve. Get your windshield streak-free and crystal clear with Blue Magic Glass Cleaner. On sale now, 2 for $5. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I need some backup. I got to get these trucks to Tuscaloosa by Tuesday.
Trevor's Trucking needs 3 18-wheeler drivers with commercial licenses ASAP, or his company will stall.
If we don't move the rigs before this weekend, we're going to be in trouble.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is A's Clubhouse.
Yeah, if you look at the difference, Chris Townsend with you here on the A's Clubhouse Show. So the Houston Astros, against teams that are 500 or better, they're 43-24. The A's, 27-31. Boy, that's a big difference. And it's hard to believe that the A's just 28-24 at home after this loss. Usually a place that you dominate, home sweet home, has not been the case for the Athletics. Let's go to Matt. Matt, you're on the A's Clubhouse Show.
Hey, Chris. I also want to give a shout-out to the new Howard Terminal ballpark. I've got a solution, and I'm talking both in fun and in earnest. We need people to go to the Oakland City Council and just negotiate with them 24/7, 365. And while they're being negotiated with, construction workers sneak out to Howard Terminal and build that ballpark while they're negotiating. What do you think of that decoy technique?
Well, that's unfortunately not how it works. Negotiating all of a sudden, where are all these tractors and everything coming from? Yeah, no. I just all you can do at this point is still try and reach out to, these city leaders, this council, and cross your finger for Tuesday. I mean, that's really – I don't know. I don't know what else you can do. I'm not in the political game. I don't know much about how city governments work. I'm a taxpayer. I pay my taxes. But how they make decisions, that's – I don't know. I've never done it before. I'm just going to – I believe that they're going to address it at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope they make the right decision.
And with that, I'm going to cross my fingers and knock on wood. And I hope that and I know that with the Oakland A's, at times they play great baseball, and at other times they're snake bit, such as at this present time. But I'm just hopeful that our mindset that even when the A's play bad baseball, I hope that everyone gets excited about Howard Terminal, and we can talk the city of Oakland into going with that. And for the second half of this baseball season, I'm just going to go ahead and venture to predict that somehow the A's will bounce back, and it'll be an interesting and colorful race the second half between the Oakland Athletics and the Houston Astros.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. Thank you for the phone call. We want to see that second half push that the A's are notorious for. We talked a lot last year, if you remember, but last year ended up being derailed. But, if you remember last year on A's Cast Live, we talked so much about how if you're going to win 100 games, it's the consistency month after month. Not saying there's ever going to be a time that you don't go on a losing streak. That's just you're going to have one or a couple. But you need to be as consistent as possible month after month to get to that point to where you win over 100 games. Because if you're going to win your division, you're probably going to have to win over 100 games. And right now, it's not looking so hot. Let's go to Karen in Oakland. Karen, you're on the A's Clubhouse Show.
I'm not calling to talk about the offense. I believe we're all in agreement on that, and we're in agreement about our lack of relief pitchers right now. I'm calling to get your opinion on what happened to our defense this weekend, and I'm talking aside from our awesome starting pitchers. Seth Brown yesterday missing that right field fly ball, and then he and Olsen today kind of bobbling the foul ball, deal that should have been a Seth Brown catch. And Chappie not getting the bunt that was coming out to him. What was going on with that?
Well, I'll tell you what, the play that on Matt Olson, that is such a hard play, and he's one of the best I've ever seen do it because I don't think he gets the credit for the athlete that he is. That's a very tough play. I mean, the one to really be looking at is the error by Matt Olson where he airmailed. I mean, it's tough to airmail. You want to talk about airmail in a first baseman. It's tough. And what ends up happening, that air right there gives you the insurance of now a 4-2 lead, what makes it easier for your closer to come in and not have as much pressure. But, yeah, they weren't perfect defensively, but, defense is not the problem. They are still one of the best, what are they, like the fourth best team in errors made this year? They've only made, I think, 42. So defense has not been the problem for the A's.
It just seemed to be this weekend. I was at yesterday's game. Chappie, I know that he's really, struggling offensively, but, I saw one go by him that normally I would have seen him dive at yesterday. And then today, the bobble of the bunt, they just didn't seem tight out there like they usually are to me, and I'm getting concerned about that. I mean, we're talking 11 games, 12 games now where we lose by one run, and it's usually one or possibly two plays that could have made the difference. I'm just really frustrated about that.
Well, you got to be pretty airtight everywhere you look if you're going to be playing one-run games. There's not a whole lot of, you can't make errors. You can't make base running errors. You can't make fielding errors. You don't have a big margin there to do that. But if you go out there and you're winning 8-3, or you're winning 7-2, or heck, you're putting up double digits, you're not putting that kind of pressure on yourself.
Yeah, agree. And, how many times have we had the bases loaded, over the last few weeks, and we can't seem to do it. And I love this team. I'm hopeful that we're going to come back, and the end of the season is going to be really exciting. Just don't know how we're going to get there. And Ramon was really hot before he went out on the IL, and he's just not pulling it together yet.
Yeah, there's been a lot of struggles this year. There's no question about it. Have a safe ride home, and thank you for the phone call. Here's a great example. And I can't remember what inning it was. Might have been like the 7th or the 8th, but Ken and Vince were addressing, the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers played a double dip today. They got manhandled. Because the Blue Jays went, you know what, we're better than these guys. They beat them 10-zip in the first game. And then they came out and beat them 5-zip the second game. That's what you do to bad teams. The Rangers are 35-57. That's what you should do. All right, the number is 833-625-2278. That's 833-625-2278. If you're listening on a radio station and they're leaving us, you go to athletics.com/A'sCast, or you download the iHeartRadio app and you can listen there. A's with the loss to the Tribe, 4-2. Your phone calls, Bob Melvin and more, right here on the A's Clubhouse Show.
In London, it's 10 p.m. Wednesday. In Singapore, it's 5 a.m. Thursday. And in San Francisco, it's 2 p.m. Wednesday. We call that Ring Central Time. Time for teams, customers, and partners to connect online for a real-time work session. Ring Central is the leading cloud solution for today's distributed workforce, integrating voice, video, online meetings, and team messaging into one experience. It's time to work the way you want. It's Ring Central Time. For a free trial, visit ringcentral.com. Ring Central. Communicate, collaborate, connect.
Remember your kid's first bike ride? You were filled with pride and terror. Now she's 16 on her first solo drive, but this time in a Honda Civic, packed with Honda Sensing safety features and Apple CarPlay so she can check in. Just like we agreed, right, young lady? Right now, get a great deal on a new Civic at your Northern California Honda dealer or NorCalHondaDealers.com. Honda is family. Ask anyone who owns a Honda.
Francis Ford Coppola Winery is home to wine, food, and adventure. Located just 90 minutes north of Oakland, we invite you to sip through award-winning wines like Diamond Collection Claret and enjoy the magic of Sonoma County in a family-friendly atmosphere known for its superior level of quality and integrity. Book a tasting and learn more at francisfordcoppolawinery.com. Please drink responsibly. 2021 Francis Ford Coppola Winery, Geyserville, Sonoma County, California.
A's fans, there is no better way to stay in touch with the A's and even our players than following us on social media. Just head over to athletics.com/social. That's athletics.com/social for a full list of our social coverage, from player accounts to Twitter handles and more. Now is the time to stay in touch. Head over to athletics.com/social. That's athletics.com/social today.
Swings and drives one. Dead center. Back is Kane to the track. At the wall. Jumps. It is gone. Matt Olson turns around Josh Hader and walks off the Brewers in Game 1 of a 3-game series.
You're listening to A's Cast.
And now the 0-1 pitch on the way is swung on and drilled to left, way back. Yastrzemski will turn and watch, and the A's have tied it up on a 9th-inning grand slam by Stephen Piscotty.
This is the A's Clubhouse Show.
Romo with a sign and turns. Here it is, and swung on and missed. Slider away once again. Sergio does the job, and he's fired up, crossing the foul line. Indians lead 3. They fail to score, and we go to the bottom of the 8th, and still 3-2 Cleveland.
He can still flip that Frisbee up there. Let's go to C-Dub in Oakland. C-Dub, you're on the A's Clubhouse Show.
Hey, Townie. It's tough losing low-scoring, close games to an inferior team. It's really a bummer. Now, I guess we can look at let's win the homestand, but they got to start winning series. I mean, we had a great opportunity this weekend. Cleveland's a good team. They're not that great, and we should have done better. I know there's this important vote coming up on Tuesday, and I just wanted to say I'm the guy who called in a couple weeks back. I was talking about, like, couldn't someone do a teach-in or something so we could get all these different perspectives on the table and really talk about it and think about it and understand what's being proposed and all that. Remember me?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. I was at a press conference last week, and a coalition of people going by the name Oakland United. And these are some great town folks. I mean, these are people from the Chinatown Coalition, Asian Pacific Environmental Network, eBase, a group that really works to get local hiring provisions into development packages. And this, all the things that those groups are pushing for, I just want to let people know that, like, there's a perception that those organizations, those community organizers and lobbyists for community benefits packages, there's a misperception that they don't care about the A's staying. That's totally wrong. I'm just telling you from kind of a moderately inside view. They see this as some great possibilities for the right kind of development. They just also can see some possibilities for the wrong kind of development. And so I think we're going to make this happen in Oakland. I think the city council is going to make it happen, but they're going to be, they're politicians. They're going to want to, like, say things that please their constituents. And a lot of that means, like, we're not going to just roll over for a corporation, even if it is the team that owns the A's, But I think we're going to make it happen. And I would just encourage everyone, keep an open mind when you hear people talking about a strong, really strong community benefits agreement. And definitely, if anyone thinks that outside of the port, outside of some people at the Port of Oakland, and not everyone, but there's some real resistance there where they're saying, like, no way. Outside of that, I'm just saying, I'm tapped into a lot of community organizing in Oakland. It's not a hard no at all.
How do you think the vote goes on Tuesday?
Well, I gotta say, I wish everyone would just tell the truth, and they don't.
Whoa, politicians tell the truth.
Well, politicians, developers, the A's owners, they tell you part of the truth and they don't tell you the rest of the truth. But this idea that it's like do or die on Tuesday, I don't think that's true. A yes vote doesn't mean that it's all going to happen. There's no magic wand that says it's all going to happen. A lot of other pieces need to fall into place. That's why I was so anxious, I guess, to like, can we get all the facts on the table, please? And the players involved will not put all the facts on the table, unfortunately. That's just I kind of wish the A's owners trusted the community more, because
well, you know what, I just say this: you're more tapped in than I am, because I'm tired of talking about ballpark. I had to go through this with the Raiders. Now this, I'm just going to say this: in business, and just my family business, I'm going to negotiate what's best for my business. Right? Now you may want me to show all my cards, and you may want me to give something. I do believe a great business deal, everybody gets their beak wet, everybody walks away from the negotiation table, they feel good about it. But that's not reality, right? I just had to settle a lawsuit. And I'm thinking, no matter what the outcome is coming up here, there's going to be lawsuits. There's going to be so I understand what you want in a perfect world where everybody's like, hey, everybody, let's get together. Let's all just be honest, work together, make it happen. But the problem is that's not how building in California works, unfortunately.
Well, I think I hope people will don't assume that anyone who's resisting at all want the A's to leave. That is wrong. That's a totally wrong assumption right now. And I definitely think it's possible for the A's owners to do something that is really beneficial to the city. They're going to make millions or billions of dollars, and the community benefits can be super legit. The way that people who really handle town business want them to be. That's the way the A's talk about this, that it should benefit everyone, and it really can. And I can't wait to see it happen, because we deserve this in Oakland. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Take care. If the A's leave Oakland, Oakland doesn't win. We've already seen what happens with the Raiders. We've already seen what happens with the Warriors. If you get left with nothing, and your big play after that is you're going to have a WNBA team, I mean, come on. But it's not up to me. I don't have a vote. I'm just the guy that's on before games and is on after games. And don't forget, the guy that does A's Cast Live Monday through Friday, our talk show here on A's Cast. We all want the same thing. It's just, how do you get it done? It's really, really hard. And California doesn't make it easy. Other states make it a heck of a lot easier. It's fact. I mean, you really have to go to the brink to get it done in California. Or you don't. Chargers couldn't make it happen in San Diego. They moved to L.A. Sacramento Kings, they had their whole, they say he's got 1 foot out the door. No, they had their whole body out the door. The only thing that was left in the door was like their big toe. But somehow the people of Sacramento, it was a while ago, this team, the Kings, were going to Seattle. Remember, Seattle lost their team to Oklahoma City. The Kings were going to Seattle. It was basically a done deal, and Vivek Ranadive, who was one of the owners for the Warriors, and the people of Sacramento who cared so much, they saved their team. Their community saved the team. It's hard. It is complicated in a lot of different ways. And there's a lot of people who want, they have what they want. So in the negotiations, C-Dub is, in the perfect world, everybody would hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and get this thing done. But that's not how business works, and that's not how business works in California. And hopefully on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about this again. Hopefully it's going to be positive. That's all I can just be positive. The number is 833-625-2278. More of your phone calls next right here on the A's Clubhouse Show.
Looking for something to do on Friday nights? The Oakland Athletics have you covered. Every Friday night, take advantage of a special family 4-pack ticket offer. Get 4 tickets to see the A's and parking starting at just $120. Need more than 4 tickets? Add-on tickets are available with this deal. Don't miss your chance to see the Giants, Yankees, and more.
Deep in the corner, headed for the wall, and gone! And Tony Kemp is in a 3-run home run for the A's in the 6th inning.
Friday family 4-packs are available at athletics.com/value.
If you're looking for a new mattress, Nest Bedding has you covered. Sleep on the same mattress Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson sleeps on. Nest Bedding is a national brand with family-owned prices and service. You can shop at one of their Bay Area locations, and all stores are sanitized and safe. Or you can navigate their easy-to-use website, nestbedding.com. That's nestbedding.com. Green and gold fans, use the coupon code Oakland, and you get 10% off your entire order. Nest Bedding, love where you sleep.
You're home after a long day, preparing dinner when...
Ew! What's that? It smells like rotten eggs.
That might be a natural gas leak.
It can't be. We don't have any natural gas appliances.
Even if you don't use natural gas, that rotten egg odor could be a sign of a leak in your neighborhood. Because gas lines can be buried anywhere.
Shut up.
No, speak up. If you ever suspect a leak, leave immediately and call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Thanks, deep voice narrator.
You're very welcome.
Tired of searching for sports updates in different places? The Xfinity Sports Zone gives you the ultimate sports hub experience, where you can find games, news, and highlights all in one place right on your TV. Follow the teams you love across your favorite sports. You can even use the voice remote to access stats and scores. With the Xfinity Sports Zone, everybody wins. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store for details. Restrictions apply. Requires Xfinity TV service with X1.
Hey A's fans, summer is finally here, and that means home improvement projects. Still thinking about replacing your old windows? Consider beautiful, energy-efficient windows from Milgard. Let our team of experts help you turn your house into your dream home. Explore the door and window showrooms at Ashby Lumber in Berkeley and Concord today. Use code word A'sFan and receive a special discount on your beautiful, energy-efficient windows and patio doors by Milgard at Ashby Lumber. Learn more at ashbylumber.com or visit our stores in Berkeley and Concord. Ashby Lumber, for all your building and remodeling needs.
No matter what's ahead, you count on family. And Northern California families count on Honda. Fuel efficient with high-tech safety features like Honda Sensing and Apple CarPlay. Plus legendary dependability you can pass down from one generation to the next. Right now, get an exceptional deal on a new Accord at your Northern California Honda dealer or NorCalHondaDealers.com. Around here, people count on 2 things: family and Honda. Ask anyone who owns a Honda.
O'Reilly. When it's a warm day and your car's AC is blowing hot air, you need some relief. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and talk to our professional parts people about AC Pro refrigerant recharge kits for your vehicle. Buy now and you'll get a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate. Keep cool this summer with AC Pro refrigerant at O'Reilly Auto Parts, in store or at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is Chris Townsend for the Chicken Pie Shop of Walnut Creek. Great news! Our indoor dining is back, along with our beautiful patio dining. Come taste our world-famous chicken pie that has been served in Southern California for 83 years. The Chicken Pie Shop of Walnut Creek has one of the most dynamic menus, plus a full bar. Pot pies, gourmet burgers, sandwiches, salads, flatbreads, and more. Don't forget, we still do takeout and delivery. For all the information, go to chickenpieshopwc.com. That's chickenpieshopwc.com.
You know, if you look up footwear from the past, there are just some shoes that are not so great for your feet.
Ooh, these wooden shoes are killing me.
And now a beaver's eating them? Shoo, beaver!
What a mess. Luckily, Skechers has made footwear history by designing astonishingly comfortable footwear that are good for your feet. Let's start with fit. Skechers are the fit specialists and have the perfect fit for virtually any foot shape. Skechers has wide fit, relaxed fit, stretch fit, and arch fit with podiatrist-certified arch support. Skechers teamed up with podiatrists using over 20 years of data to make arch fit, and feet worldwide are benefiting from the comfort and support. Plus, Skechers, the comfort technology company, have innovations like air-cooled memory foam, durable Goodyear rubber, and hyperburst cushioning. These promote comfort and offer incredible protection from the impact of everyday walking and running. And Skechers doesn't just care about your feet, your budget is important too. Skechers are an incredible value, plus most are machine washable and many styles are vegan. Look, you only get 2 feet, so you better take care of them in Skechers. Skechers, a fit to be tried. Find your next pair at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
1-2 count. Bassett into the windup and delivers. Here's the 1-2 with 2 away, and that's taken outside corner. Ring him up. Perfect pitch. Strike 3 call. And for Bassett, it's a 1-2-3-6, and he strikes out this side. We go to the bottom half. It's the A's 2 and the Indians 2.
This is A's Clubhouse.
Let's pause for station identification right here on A's Cast.
A's Cast, streaming on iHeartRadio and broadcasting locally on Bloomberg 960, KNEW Oakland, and KOSF 103.7 FM HD2 San Francisco.
Let's hear from the skipper, Bob Melvin, after this 4-2 loss.
Start with Shana Rubin.
Hey, Bob. What did you think about Chris Bassett's performance? Looks like he was incorporating his curveball a little more than he usually has.
Yeah, a little hybrid slider that's a little bit slower now too, so they kind of run together. But yeah, I mean, he has basically the same type of stuff that he has all year for us. First pitch fastball, first pitch of the game homer, and then the last homer was probably the only other mistake he made after that. So we made a couple pitches that he had to pay for, and we just didn't do enough offensively.
Matt Kawahara.
Hey, Bob. I know you sort of talk about just trying to, get the lineup right on a particular day, but short of moving pieces around, is there anything else that can be done to try to shake things up?
No, I mean, we feel like we're healthier and have a deeper lineup. We just haven't seen the results yet. So, I feel good about it every day we go out there. I feel like we're going to get, they get in good work in the cage. Bushy he does a good job preparing them for how they're going to be pitched to. We're just in a little bit of a rut right now, but every day we go out there, I feel like we're going to break out of it.
Martin Gallegos.
Hey, Bob. Was there anything from Plesac today that you noticed just making things particularly difficult on offense?
Pretty good changeup, pretty good slider, enough fastballs that jump on you a little bit to get you off the other stuff. You look at the breakdown of pitches, it's tough to kind of think along with them. Certain counts, 2-0, 2-1, he ends up throwing breaking balls quite a bit. So try to get a good ball to hit, and we just didn't square too many up.
Shana Rubin.
You feel like the play at third with Ramon was sort of a momentum shift for you guys?
Well, there's nobody out, but when you're not scoring any runs, you're trying to make something happen. So kind of out there in no man's land, and he kind of saw how far the third baseman was away and took a chance at getting there. So just didn't work out.
Finish with Matt Kawahara.
Not sure if this question is going to make sense, but with facing Ohtani tomorrow, or scheduled to face Ohtani tomorrow, is that a kind of matchup when you you're gearing up for a guy like that can maybe help jumpstart a lineup, or is that something that you maybe don't want to see coming in when the lineup isn't producing much?
Yeah, I don't think it really matters right now. We would just want to put consistent at-bats together throughout the lineup. So, we've been pretty good about taking our walks. He's walked some guys. I mean, it's tough to string a bunch of hits together against him, but, we just have to be patient and make him throw, hopefully a lot of pitches early in the game.
Well, you can tell not happy campers. And Bob wasn't a happy camper. I got to, after I got in from the flight and got to see his post-game show, you could tell he wasn't happy. I mean, at some point, it's like, hey, these guys, they got to play better. This is the guys we got. Until there's moves being made, they got to play better. Chris Bassett usually goes long, very short today after this loss that drops him to 10-3. Here's the right-hander.
Start with Matt Kawahara.
Hey, Chris. how did you feel just kind of physically, first of all, coming back from the break? I know you said you were kind of hoping to get at least a little bit of a chance to rest and sort of physically gear up for the second half.
I felt great. Yeah, felt really good.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was just, with the first pitch and Zimmer jumping on the first pitch, are you just not thinking that he's going to swing there, or is it just a location thing?
Straight location. I mean, if the guy's swinging first pitch and expecting a fastball and I throw it middle, bad things are going to happen. So if I execute a pitch, it's 1 out.
Our team.
Hey, Chris. Obviously the 3-2 change up to down Johnson, I'm guessing was kind of frustrating. Was that just location thing as well?
No, I had a complete mental F up where I thought Bradley, I knew Bradley wasn't hitting, but in my head, the scouting report in my head was Bradley was hitting. So I was pitching to Bradley, but obviously he wasn't hitting. So Murph was calling the completely right pitches, but I was just like thinking I effed up. I effed the game up because I had just had the wrong scouting report.
Go back to Matt.
It looked like maybe early in the game you were starting to bring the glove up kind of a little bit higher in the setup before your delivery. Was that just something kind of course of the game thing, or is that something that you've been doing previously?
I do so much weird stuff that I don't even know what I'm doing, honestly. I mean, I do stuff and I don't even know I'm doing it.
What just happened there? So he faced Bradley, struck him out in the top of the 6th inning, and then Johnson goes to the plate, and he's thinking that he's facing Bradley again, but he's facing Johnson. Now, I don't care what scouting report you're looking at. A 3-2 changeup to a guy that's never hit a home run before. And you hang it right out over the plate. I mean, it's just it's a rough one. I got to say this. I love his honesty. And he's not afraid to run from, this is on me. This is not on anybody else. I appreciate that about Chris Bassitt. You know, a lot of people, they don't want to take the criticism. They'll run from it. Because it's tough to be accountable. It really, really is. All righty, that is going to do it for today's show. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 4 o'clock, A's Cast Live. We'll have A's Total Access at 5:40. We'll have First Pitch at 6:40 as the Rally Monkey comes to town. And it's going to be a good one. The matchup, yeah, it's actually really, really good because of the way these guys have been throwing the baseball. And this matchup, as I'm trying to get my sponsors up here, is brought – God, I got the old one again. It's brought to you by Ashby Lumber. Ashby Lumber for all your building needs. So tomorrow, AshbyLumber.com. Don't ever forget AshbyLumber.com. Shohei Ohtani's going to be on the mound. It's one of the top shows in sports, and Cole Irvin's been throwing the ball great. I expect, another, let's face it, close game. Will Shohei hit and pitch tomorrow in this game? This guy's a beast. He's an absolute beast. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of this beautiful Sunday. A's lose to the Indians 4-2, and we'll see you all tomorrow starting at 4 o'clock on A's Cast Live. Be well and be safe.
Hey, A's fans, want to get away? Southwest Airlines has you covered. Southwest Airlines offers direct flights from Oakland to Hawaii, where you can catch some rays, ride the waves, or relax on the beach. Not a Rapid Rewards member? Sign up for free today to earn points when you fly. Learn more at southwest.com. Southwest Airlines, an official partner of the Oakland A's.
When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
DQ presents How to Do Magic with the new Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard. First, grab a Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard from DQ with soft-baked Nestle Toll House cookie pieces and world-famous DQ soft serve. This matchup is the stuff of cookie dreams. Then grab your red spoon, wave it over your Blizzard, and dig in. That's a magical combination of two classic treats. The new Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard. Best enjoyed with someone special for even more magic. DQ. Happy tastes good.
My name is Cameron Bedell, and I'm back on air with Boot Barn. Drop, drop, drop it like a tailgate. What your mama gave you, baby, let me see you shake, shake. Hips dipping down like the sun setting way, way low. Oh, oh, show 'em a little bit of what you got, and then tight Levi's that you just bought. Go ahead, little mama, don't you stop. When the beat drops, drop it like a tailgate. Learn more about the movement at bootbarn.com/backonair.
Tired of searching for sports updates in different places? The Xfinity Sports Zone gives you the ultimate sports hub experience, where you can find games, news, and highlights all in one place right on your TV. Follow the teams you love across your favorite sports. You can even use the voice remote to access stats and scores. With the Xfinity Sports Zone, everybody wins. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store for details. Restrictions apply. Requires Xfinity TV service with X1.
Looking to stay up to date on all things A's? Head over to athletics.com/A'sCast. That's athletics.com/A'sCast to listen to A's baseball and full 24/7 coverage of the A's only on A's Cast. With a single click, you can stream great shows, live pre- and post-game coverage, and of course, all the great action of the A's this season. Head to athletics.com/A'sCast today.
This has been the A's Clubhouse Show.
Brantley going back at the track, right to the wall. He'll turn and watch it fly. And the A's take a 1-0 lead.
On the run back is Cannon to the wall. Jumps at the wall. He's got it. A Joe Rudy type catch against the wall.
Be sure to visit athletics.com/A'sCast on your device for access to exclusive A's content, including pre- and post-game for every game.
Laureano going back at the track, right to the wall. He's there, and he makes a phenomenal catch.
Thank you for joining this exclusive presentation of Oakland A's baseball.